Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Rome Party Mod. This board features Rome's contact rocker, which is flat through the inserts with rocker in the tip and the tail. This is going to give it a more skate-like pop, as well as ease of entry in and out of turns, easier pressability, and when you do get into softer snow, more optimal powder float. This board is available in 153, 156, 159, and 157 wide. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a sunny bluebird day with warm temps. You had ice, chopped, slush, chunder, perfect hero snow on the groomers, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. This is your standard run-of-the-mill park flex. So what you get is softer tips that are accentuated by that rocker, but you do get snap due to the rods in there. Then you got this stiffer section through the flat with a lot of torsional flex. You can really twist this board. Now, when it comes to stability, you are going to get some chatter in the nose when you're just cruising around with this board, but it slightly dissipates before it hits the front foot. And when you get into rutted out terrain, you can get knocked around, so keep those knees bent, which is something that you should be doing. I don't know why you were riding straight leg, but there are those of you out there that do that. Stop it. Bend your knees now. With that flat to rocker profile, you get a completely skate style pop to this board. So you roll back, pop off that tail, and those rods help boost you. This board has really solid snap. You can really just launch off anything in your path. What's nice though, is with that skate style pop, you can be laid back with how you engage it. So you're not loading it up, preparing, anticipating, you're just coming right off whatever feature, whether it's a roller or a fat skier kid, and you just launch ramp off of them and boost and you're in the air. When it comes to jumps, small, medium, and even large, it will handle them. The one thing I will say about large, be aware that it's a flat to rocker profile. If you land more in the back seat, it's going to wheelie out. You're going to eat shit and die, probably dislocate your elbow on Christmas Day and then cry to your mom about it. Not saying that happened to me, I'm just saying that could happen to you. But it's those small to medium features that it turns everything into like a skate park where you're just popping off the lip. It's awesome. You can be laid back, or you can be a little more assertive and really pop, and all that's going to do is accentuate the natural pop of the lip. So that little woo on there, you're going to go a little bit higher and a little bit further out. It's a flat to rocker profile, so of course it's going to be butterable. Lean back, tail press. Lean forward, nose press. That's it. That's really what it is. Just kidding. Actually, there's some nuances to this board. So what you need to know is those rods in the tips will give you a little bit of fight, but their reach, once you flex past them in that rocker zone, disappears. So that allows you to get way out on the nose or the tail and just press into whatever butter you're doing. And then when you start to roll back slightly to put the board down, it'll re-engage them and give you that pop you want to just snap out of any butter variation you're on. When it comes to jibbing, that rocker gives you such a sweet spot for tail and nose presses that you never have to worry about it. It slays rails. It locks in and holds, and then with just a little ankle flexion down, you can engage those rods and pop off the end of the feature. When you go sideways, the flex isn't so overwhelming that it's going to clap out, but it does have a little bit more give. So you got to be aware of that flat profile in the center. It's going to have more give around the rail, and you're going to feel that. So if you're one of those guys that rides a little toe or heel heavy, just be aware that if you're coming down, you may dig your edge into the rail. But if you're not, you're going to just feel it flex right around. You're going to be totally fine and be able to get through the feature with ease. Surprisingly for what this board is, it can actually carve. I'm not saying it's a carving beast, but it can carve. It holds its own with other park boards in this category, and you can lay a trench when you absolutely need to. It's got a quick and smooth edge-to-edge transmission, and you really do ankle steer it more than anything, which is awesome. It really lets you just flex the board how you want and change the dynamic of the carve. Now when you're on edge, you can actually power it right off the back foot through the tail, and you can engage those rods, just give you a little slingshot through a turn. Basically, hard park carves are not a problem with it. Even if you need to do a hard park Euro carve, it's not a problem with it. It's those medium, mellow setup turns that it really stands out as being great with. But it's a board that if you know how to turn it, you're not going to have a problem with it. Who's this board for? The all-around park rider that wants a flat to rocker profile. So I own this board in a 153. And some of you will say, that's too small for you. Well, if they made a 54, I'd be friggin' happy. So I had to choose 53 or 56. For this review, I grabbed the 56 because I wanted to see what the difference between my 53 and it would be. And realistically, it's a little bit of stability, but I get more jib play out of the 53. That was kind of to be expected. That's whatever. This board's always a blast to get on. I love the way it rides. It's just consistently good for that flat to rocker profile. Is it going to be for everyone? No, but for someone that wants something that's a little looser in the tips that you can ankle steer and still have a blast on, it's amazing. It's just a really good board. I love the way this thing rides, and it never disappoints, as I've already said. Comparable boards, the Wired Directive, the Arbor Westmark Rocker, the Ride Zero. Binding recommendations, the Rome Katana, the Nitro Teams, the Union Strata. This has been my review of the Rome Party Mod. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.